It's not as bad as Storage Wars would let you know. And you're not going to find, the lost Ark of the Covenant in one of the storage units that we have. But at the exact same time, what we have is you can use a third party to come in and work through all the lien laws with you. And so, yes, we do have tenants that go delinquent, but we've done things that, we've gone to cashless based operating here this year. And that was, a lot of this was pushed by COVID in general. But so we don't take cash anymore. The other thing though that we do is we now have the ability to text and collect AR via text. We used to make phone calls, and I'm sure every operator out there all has the collection calls, and every facility manager, assistant manager out there absolutely detests making collection calls. I remember when I used to have to do it. So it's the worst thing that you have to do to track down a tenant and make them try to pay. Well, now those tenants used to duck your phone calls. And so now we have these texting where they'll actually answer a text and they'll have a link and they'll make a payment. We've also gone to automatic credit cards. And so automatic credit cards increases the stay, like Chris was saying, for 12 months, 14 months, by another 6 to 8 months on a tenant base in general. And so, is there a problem with delinquency? Absolutely, sure. But at the exact same time, when I would look across our portfolio, we were at about 2.7% in delinquency that we left on each site each month. And after COVID, after instating all of these things that I just talked about, we're down to about 1.6, 1.8, 1.8. So the collections have actually gotten better. And so when you get to that point where you're actually having to take somebody into a lien status, because when a tenant signs a lease with you, what happens is that you technically have a lien on their goods, all right? And you don't enact that lien until they go delinquent. And then you have a set period of time based upon whatever state you're in order to auction off their goods. And you're gonna have to do numerous steps like sending a certified out, sending an email, sending out letters, putting a newspaper ad, in the newspaper, in a general circulated newspaper, in order to sell those goods. And as I always say to my facility managers is, look, we're not here to sell people's goods. We're here to store people's goods. And so the biggest liability that you possibly can have is by selling somebody's goods and selling them improperly. So therefore, get involved with a third party that comes in and checks your people again, make sure that you're following all the lien laws, make sure that you've done everything that you're supposed to be doing, and ensures that that sale is proper and correct.
This is the only asset class, Adam, where your rent is collateralized with the tenant's goods, right? So our bad debt is very, very low because any outstanding rent we auction, to Todd's point, we do it, we follow the letter of the law, but when we auction those goods, we're getting our rent back. Now, any additional dollars actually goes back to them. So it's not like we're profiting from it, but it's one of the only asset classes where, like in an apartment, I can go out and evict someone. Well, right now I can't. I can't go evict that person. If they don't pay me rent and skip, I got to chase them. Well, here, we'll chase them for a little while, and then we're just going to sell your stuff to get our back rent due. So it's a really interesting way to protect us against that bad debt.